Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus, the Riven Realms. I've found something interesting. I was just poking around. We have 167 preparedness. I don't know how much you need to, like, trigger the next step in Tectum Carvos, so we'll see. We don't want to see the Magistrate. He's kind of a putz. But I found the Spyglass, or at least the simple Spyglass. There's also these Falcons. I'm not sure we need Falcons. Anything about the Worm Hunters? We buy trophies from them. We get plenty of trophies on our own. So let's see. This is all for Avernum, I believe. Let's just double check. Avernum. Okay, so we're gonna go directly to Avernum. The thing I was thinking about doing, other than going to Avernum, is maybe reaching Avernum and then heading back and checking out the two villages of the Sadirar tribes. I think that's what they're called. That we haven't been to. I think they're out here somewhere. I'm not 100%. But, because there's something called Atar out there, and Sadirar. I guess Sadirar is a village, and I haven't found either of those, and I think they're out here somewhere. So, I almost wonder if it wouldn't make sense to try and take both of these? A group of questionable characters. Because that one's like, assuming it's in the center of the map, it's like here. And then we have this one, which is up there. So I'm thinking the easiest way to find them, other than just like wandering in the desert, is to take both of these with me. We don't have enough people. That's right, we did lose some dudes while we were getting into the city. We have just enough fighters. And then I need to hire a single worker. Let's hire two. Never mind. Get out of my camp. We're on like the razor's edge between having enough workers and enough fighters. So let's leave it at that. We've got barely enough space as it is. We took all the supplies. I think we're ready to head out. We got 5 movement. Okay, so we got here, and then the slave driver with some slaves is up that way. So we're gonna head to Avernum first, and then we're gonna make our way back around. And I'm thinking, depending on how much time this takes, because I'm just trying to like gauge the distance here. If this is 10 days, this is probably like 10 days as well. So we'll need, I would say, like, to be comfortable, we'd need like 14 days worth of supplies to go directly from Utverar, or from Avernum to Utverar and then across, rather than having to make our way down here, over, and then up. Because this is the one that's going to be done quicker. I think it was a 30-day time limit. So let's get out. Later, guys. Good luck with the worms. And we're just going to head, I guess, due north east-ish. but basically we're gonna go straight up here and then see where we can go from there. We got the message to take back to Garrick. You lost health? What the heck? We got the message to take back to our friend in the Bronze Desert, the prince. Let's see, we're at 9 fervor, 9 obedience. Let's go for the 9s, and then we'll start working on vigor after we get that stuff back. And then we'll go up this way. Yep. So we'll have to sneak along the desert if we can. Start regenerating our vigor. Our people are tired? What? Is it because I wonder if it was because our morale and our obedience dipped down. Yep, sure enough. So it goes away when our morale is at 9. That's okay. We've reached Vitrar, which is good news. I think we will buy all of the stuff. Ash, Lumen, Arcane. Not any of the places we're going. I'm thinking we should buy all of their supplies, because they're cheap here. We'll use them, so we might as well. And we'll just get going right away. Due north. Send our people out to gather some supplies, perhaps. Let's get our vigor up. Garrick, are you just gonna bleed to death on me? He keeps losing health. Bad rolls for him, I guess. And now we've reached, well, I guess I don't know if we'll be able to reach 9, if we'll be able to reach 9 fervor, energy, and devotion, because it seems like when we drop down our morale, we get that negative modifier, so we might lose vigor because of that. Oh, let's leave an offering of coins to the roadside. Woo, look at that. Neato animation in front of the lava pool. We are going behind Utvarar. I usually don't go that way, but that seems fine. Arvik has finally healed a bit. Then depending... Yes, we will be able to make it to Avernum tomorrow. Heyo! Oh, hey, and we got lucky and we, got our vigor up anyway. Trade house license, into the Manzio. Alright, let's turn you guys in. Today, wow. Good timing. Well done, us. And these must be ours. So let's go ahead and sell them here. Just to clear the books. You don't need to be in our hidden compartments. Now. Larnak. The Writhing Oasis is a defense mission, not what we're looking for. Larnak. Devon is cool, but we're not heading there just yet. Lots of stuff to go back to Larnak. That's kind of surprising. Alright, doesn't look like anybody has anything for us. So, what we want to do is trim down our crew here. You get fired. Get out of here. We don't need this many beasts with us. So first of all, let's get rid of 2 of our beasts of burden. 1, 2. What is our... That puts us at 5. Maybe drop 1 more. That puts us at 6. Okay. So let's buy all their supplies. That puts us at 18 days. Okay, so we should have plenty of supplies to cross the... I forgot to equip my spyglass. To cross the expanse out there. So, let's go ahead and do that now. Since we don't really have anything else to do here. So let's head out. And then we're just gonna kind of skirt around the lava and head due west. And try to make it to... I think this was Sadirar as fast as we can, because there was like a 30-day time limit. I assume you can still do it even if you show up late. They just might, like, not pay you quite as much. Garrick, come on, man. Stop bleeding all over the place. I'm assuming eventually... Wow, I wonder if you can... Like, clearly you can go up in there. I wonder if there's anything to find up in there. That's very interesting that you can sneak between the lava flows. I wonder what lurks amongst the lava. Give ourselves a little more movement. Rest. What are we at? 767. That's pretty good. That might be the most money I've ever had, like, just in general. Around the lava. Kind of popping in and out of the twilight, which is kind of interesting. You'd think the lava would make some, like, light for us, but apparently not. These are some big distances to try and cover. So we'll send people out to try and gather some supplies. Yep, we are going to have to go back up north a little bit, so... Just kind of sneak up that way a little bit. Even at a cursory glance, the grim plains are in turmoil to the north. Fire rains from the ashen sky, scorching winds sweep the terrain, and distant rumbles herald treacherous earthquakes and tectonic movements that could open lava-filled fissures beneath one's feet in the blink of an eye. Are these phenomena linked to the winds that had gone mad, or are they something else entirely? At any rate, your comitatus would stand no chance, so you have to turn back. Well, we're not turning back. We're just gonna kind of go next to it. Oh, we have our movement buff? That wouldn't help us. Well, could go down and then up. Let's do that. I think it all ends up being the same anyway, because if we had gone... No, this is 8, and this is 7. Well, anyway, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trapped out here in the desert, man. Still no success on foraging. Alright, and then I think we'll get our movement speed buff today. Success! Yes! Aha! We've reached Sadirar. Oh, look at that! Did you see that cool mountain? I'll show you when we're out of the village. Saddling the feet of the hallowed mountain of Kor, the most sacred place of the Sadirar people, this village is closest to a capital for these desert-dwelling nomads. Oh, so they are the Sadirar people, and the village they're named for is Sadirar. I understand. Few are awarded the right to address or even see the council of shamans that governs all the tribes from this remote, desolate place, and not many travelers come here to trade or negotiate in the first place, and yet the village named Sadirar thrives. If it is indeed due to the blessings of the great spirits or merely to the toiling of the religious zealots, it is difficult to say. Do you guys sell anything here? Doesn't really look like it. Any kind of cool equipment? Not really. Okay. I don't know why I would ever come back out here. We could take a dwarf engineer and some tribesmen dreaming of the city back to Avernum. And I think we will, because we're going to go down to Sadirar and then make our way back to Avernum anyway. This is just kind of a grand tour of the Sadirar tribes. Why don't we take you guys with us? We have 9 days worth of supplies. Your supplies are cheap too. All right. Buy all of them. If you can get cheap supplies, you might as well, because you're not gonna not use them. There's no trade here, so we might as well check out the city. The sacred mountain of Kor looms high above Sadirar, the village of the Over tribe, its peak engulfed in almost constant ash storms emerging from the molten kingdom to the west. But here, halfway up the mountain, the air is mild, warm, and only slightly tinged with sulfur, only slightly. Most visitors are only allowed into the outer village, while the envoys and elders of the tribe live in a huge walled compound further up. We will visit the stewards' huts. The people called stewards, basically anyone not a shaman or envoy from the tribes, live in the lines of stone huts that make up the vast majority of the lower village's buildings. They are generally quite helpful. There is also a single tavern here where most travelers lounge before setting out into the wasteland again. We will talk to the travelers at the tavern. Several like-minded travelers are idling under the canopy of colorful awnings on the terrace of the tavern called the Tavern, for the lack of competition, as well as imagination, apparently. However, the place turns out to be very pleasant. The prices are reasonable, the staff is quietly efficient, and the views astonishing. You end up talking to quite a few travelers. Everyone has a story to tell or news to share, but the common topic seems to be Dvendar, the nearby molten kingdom of dwarves of old. Some of the mercenaries, explorers, and adventurers here apparently came to Sadirar to start expeditions into the lost city of Quathos at the far side of the Tarar Barak. However, due to the recently started volcanic activity over the Grim Plains, these ventures had to be postponed indefinitely. Some entrepreneurs are beginning to give up on them altogether. Interesting. Ask the stewards about the Sadirar? They're happy to answer questions regarding the great shamans in their village. They are people of the tribes, but due to the service they perform to the Over tribe and their consequent exposure to outsiders, they look, talk, and behave quite unlike most Sadirar do. You learn that they look upon the service, which involves dealing with the day-to-day operations of the village, as a great honor, since the Shaman's Council is the highest organization of authority for their kin. The village of Sadirar was built to accommodate the Council of Shamans, to which all tribes delegate some of their own spirit callers, and which debates issues that concern all Sadirar, often deciding the fate of the tribes. Since this takes all the energy of these leaders, it is only natural to have a caste that exists to maintain their settlement and serve all their needs. The place itself was selected because it is halfway up the side of the mountain of Kor, the most sacred location of the tribes. It was here that they contacted the great spirits according to legend, and where they received guidance on how to survive the calamity. Neat. Ask them if we can see the shamans. We don't have a blessing of anything. They're like, no. It's very busy at all times, so they only see individuals whose purpose is in alignment with the spirits. The easiest way to prove that is to gain the blessings from all 4 tribes. Return here with all 4 boons and you will be allowed to address the council. That is wild. I think we've achieved the blessing of wind. We don't have it on us right now, but we can get it. We just have to pop by that village and talk to the spirits or whatever. Can we go to the huts? Oh no, that's what we were just doing. Okay, cool. Well, it sounds like it's gated behind getting all of the blessings from the tribes, and then you come here and then you can do something really cool. But that's not gonna happen right now. So let's sleep on the ground. We lost vigor. Oh, you guys were working. That's my bad. I should have unworked you. For now, this is such a cool thing though. It's like up the mountain. Look at the molten land out there. Crazy. We're gonna go down to Atar though. 4 days away. That's not too bad. We have 17 days of food. Yeah, we're good. Let's head due south. We'll rest without our guards for now. Garrick's finally healing. I say that before he starts bleeding out again. Oh! Ah, you sandworms. You sandworm bastards. We'll fight you. You're not too difficult, I don't think. Depends on if we start fighting the big ones or not. Alright, call the ranks. Just when Garrick was starting to feel better, man. I swear. Alright, 2 greenies, 2 armored ones. This is kind of a tough fight. Garrick, get out of here. Maybe we should have Garrick with us. Maybe we'll try Ren in this fight. Good initiative. We can stun some of you. 14, 22. But you also have armor, so we want to let Gorgoro hit you first. So let's stun this front boy. He's been stunned. Good job. Krifta. Good shot. Ouch. Alright, Gorgoro. Break this guy's armor. And then slash this guy's throat. Yeah, you guys move around in the back row. I don't mind that. Good shot. And then double burn. 1 down. Duck. You didn't duck fast enough, my man. Oh, Lord. Alright. You are next in line to get slashed. He's moved to the front. I was hoping we could lock him in the back there, but we'll try to go for another stun. Yeah, the guy right in front of you seemed kind of dangerous. I think he's also got his armor removed. Try to take out the weak ones first. Good dodge, well done. Good shot. Your armor is gone, so maybe... Well, let's focus... I was gonna say, let's focus on the guys that we can do damage to. And and we'll just kind of... Oh man, they're getting tricky on me. We'll hit the ones that we can hit. Hopefully Ailani... she doesn't get to go. I was gonna say, if we could lock... Although he can spit, so maybe it doesn't help so much to lock that guy at the back row. Let's try to take out this armored worm. Poke him? Oh, he lived. Ouch. Shoot him. Yes! Alright, you didn't get to go. Now, break the armor on this other guy. Gorgoro's barely standing still, so... Oh man, the evasion is rough. And you didn't even evade to the back row. Well, now you did, but whatever. Anyway, let's target this guy so he stops evading so much. And then, Harvick, just, like, bleed this guy a bit. And now let's throw down your runes, because there's only 2 left. Good crit. Now try to lock him back down there. I think he'll still try to spit at us, but maybe it won't matter. Rune again. Poke. And then go for a slash. Ah, you blocked it. Oh, you bugger. I hate you. Just shoot this green boy. Throw a dagger at him. Stab him? All right, he's dead. I think Nadir can hit this guy. Throw the caltrops down the hole at him. Can Nadir hit him when he's in the hole? Yeah, she can, but only for one. He's just gonna live in his hole. That sucks. I hate it when the worms go down the hole. Ooh, doesn't look like a great roll. Oh, no, it was a success. I guess only 2 dudes got wounded and a couple of our fighters got beat up. They are retreating. Let them leave. We don't need to chase them down. Hopefully they didn't take anybody with them. They only took supplies. That's fine. Let's heal up. I should have given them time. We lost a guy. That's okay. He knew the risks. We got a lot of chitin and we got some trophies, so, you know, I'll take it. Worms, man. The bane of my existence. Let's get our vigor and morale back up. People start healing, and we're almost to Atar. Actually, we can reach Atar this turn. Looks like another smaller village. 7! Holy crap! Thugs! I don't think they were called thugs when I picked them up. Hard stone and luminous crystals constitute this remote village that lies in the shadow of the great mountains to the west. Its inhabitants, the Atar tribe, worship the great earth spirit, and so they interpret the rumbling of the ground that is so common this close to the once great dwarven kingdom as the voice of their deity. Indeed, the exquisite bounties of the earth that the people so casually gather here seem to indicate that some sort of a divine will is at work. More supplies. Let's just yeet the chitin. I don't really care about carrying it around. Any kind of mining equipment around here? Nope. I thought maybe, I guess if they're just like lying around on the ground, they don't really need to pick things up. The supplies at the tribe places are cheap as heck. I kind of like it. And we're farming insight just by visiting these places. We will visit the mountainside tribe. You enter the confines of Atar's low walls while the Comitatus camps outside. Stretched across the spine of a milder incline of the mountainside, it was built on terraces, its sturdy buildings interspersed with standing stones and crystal totems. Far above the peak of the great mountain is hidden from sight by the ashen clouds hanging low in the sky. Petition for an audience with the shamans. The earth shamans of the Atar tribe are the undisputed leaders of their people. Their stoic but stalwart nature is the rock-solid foundation that their society is built upon. The daily gathering of Atar's most influential shamans can be attended by outsiders as well, so you trudge over to the decorated entrance of the cavern where the meeting takes place. Inside it, living, glowing crystals provide light, and the exquisite cave paintings depicting Atar's history stretch along many walls. The shamans sit in a circle in the middle of the largest hall, their decisive voices echoing among stalagmites and neighboring chambers. They discuss the important matters of the tribe, as well as listen to news and propositions from outsiders. After a lengthy discussion of what the Earth Spirit commands, you get the chance to address the shamans. They are awaiting the requests of outsiders like you. Trade, medical supplies, gadget, mining equipment, sell them a crystal lamp. Tribal trinkets, sell them tribal trinkets. Okay. Ask about the Atar. A younger shaman rises to speak about his people. We are the Atar of the Sadirar people. Our ancestors survived the shattering that destroyed the tribes of the forgotten people that poisoned the land. Before the earth and the skies opened to decimate the world, our ancestors heeded the warnings of the Great Spirit and hid underground where it was safest. Later, the spirits led our ancestors out of the caves and across the searing plains. They showed us how to survive and where to live. Yet the places beneath the earth remained blessed and had to be looked after, for Earth Spirit was the one who protected us from complete destruction during the shattering. And so the Atar are protectors, builders, and delvers who stayed close to the bones of the world. Thus, Earth Spirit adopted us, and we adopted it. We command the earth and soil when we need to. We explore caverns and fashion tools from crystals and metal alike, rare things in the world since the shattering. And we, like all the 4 tribes, send emissaries to the village of Sadirar to guide our people in the matters that concern all of us. The shamans nod in agreement after he had concluded his speech. Ask if the Kochar are their enemies. I think I've asked this about the other ones, and they were like, no. Ask for a blessing? The shamans discuss this briefly among themselves in their native tongue. Then one of them, a young woman, turns to you. You are not yet touched by Earth Spirit, and so yet not the friend of the Atar. If that is your wish, if you want our blessing, prove to us that you are worthy. Undertake on the trial of Earth, something that our people do once they come of age. Would you be willing to do this? Let us take on the trial. You tell the shamans that you will take up the trial of Earth. There is a murmur of approval that washes over the gathering in the cavernous hall. You are to enter the grotto of reflection, outsider. The young shaman instructs you. These caverns are the most sacred for our tribe, and they stretch far and deep into the roots of the mountain. Once you descend, the bowels of the earth will take you through the trial. Should you fail the tasks presented to you down there, you can always try again. But be careful, the grotto can be a dangerous place. You know what to do. Take your leave. We can do this daily. Enter the grotto of reflection. And we can take our companions with us. Are our companions all beat up? Because we just fought a bunch of worms? The entrance of the grotto, located on the far side of the village, is decorated with crystal effigies and tribal symbols painted in earth colors and reds, dreamcatchers of all sizes. Two older tribesmen are placed here to guard the caverns, although you suppose that their role is more about offering guidance to those that are allowed to enter. They welcome you politely and tell you to go in only if you are ready to face the trials that Earth Spirit places before you. Expect a tough challenge. A protector of the spirits must be able to stand firm and have their wits about them. Let's leave for a second, go to the Manzio, exchange news, Ash and Tor's Egg Shelter, that's not... Ooh. Oh, I just had a thought. The Overseer is one of the things that you can take to Tectum Carvos. It's 5 days away. I think we should try this, but, so you come with me. And I'm not taking you to Tor's Egg Shelter. You're coming with us to Tectum Carvos, you poor man. And we're gonna rest, and we're gonna use our healing. I keep forgetting to take the work thing off, so I keep losing vigor. Okay, so we have that guy. We want to go to the grotto now. Enter the grotto. Who is the least beat up? How are you doing, Ilani? 10 to 15? 11 to 15? Gorgoro is not in any shape to fight. So I think it has to be like this. This is a weird group of people, but we're gonna give it a shot. There's the glowing lizard. The cold, dry caverns that lead steeply into the bowels of the earth. Sometimes you spy the sky through narrow cracks on the cave's roof, but these grow less and less frequent as you progress. And so eventually you leave the light from the outside behind, and only source of illumination is whatever you brought down here. At least until you reach the first cluster of crystals growing naturally on the walls and ceiling, providing a faint purple glow to indicate the path. As you make your way deeper and deeper into the grotto, you begin to notice cave paintings on the larger surfaces. They illustrate stories of hunts and wars, as well as great spirit rituals, probably the most important ones from the history of the Atar. Then you get to some of the more interesting ones, which seem to tell the tale of a great cataclysm that was visited upon the world. There is a great mountain, at the peak of which several prominent-looking figures are raising their hands to what looks like beings of light, painted stark golden yellow. In the next image, the orbs of living light lead what looks like a tribe into holes in the earth, while the sky opens and fire rains down on the land. The next few images paint a haunting picture of what could only be the calamity. A black and twisted spirit seems to be overlooking the devastation, surrounded by a dozen or so dark flame orbs. But the tribe is safe beneath the earth, and when they emerge in the next image, they are divided into four and go into different directions, turning orange, blue, white, and brown, mimicking the beings of light that also change color. You leave the cave paintings behind and reach a corridor that is so crowded with crystal formations that you can see as well as in daylight. Beyond just across a natural archway is a chamber filled with crystals that reach the height of people. We enter the crystal chamber. The crystal chamber and its endlessly varied clusters are magnificent to behold, or they would be if you were not stirred from your astonishment from a loud cracking sound. Turning towards it, you see that two piles of crystals somehow came to life, and taking a vaguely human form, they start to lumber towards you. Each a footstep, a clap of thunder. You have to defend yourself. We have fought these guys before. I bet you have armor, don't you? You have 3 armor, and we don't have Gorgoro with us. This is a nightmare. Okay, well, cut him up. Just aim at everybody. Aim at the middle guy. Crit for 1 is terrible. I thought that move could like penetrate armor. We're dropping our runes on him. I'm hoping you missed. Are you kidding me? I'm hoping that we can burn through this guy with our runes here. Ah, the ground stomp is rough. I don't know if the ruin hurt him or not. The block is rough. And the fact that you healed him, god dang it, Garrick. Let's drop another rune. Our guys are slowly just gonna get pummeled into the dirt. Go for the stab, because that does penetrate armor. I thought his thrown daggers penetrated armor, but apparently not. Reload. Krifta's like gonna be the only one who can deal like any amount of damage. 1 fireball. You've been stunned. Jeez Louise. Alright, it doesn't look like our runes are doing anything, which is not good. Yeah, not having Gorgoro is a nightmare. Oh, you did 4 damage this time. Well done. Can I stun you? I hit him with the shield. It did not stun him. It would have been fantastic if Garrick hadn't missed that original attack. Alright, Ren's probably down. We should pick up probably Garrick. Oh, he's still dead. Still there. Reload. I don't trust you with your rune. All right, 1 down. Now, everybody turn your attention to the other guy. Blocking for 0 is not great. He's pummeling Ren into the dirt. And then jump forward, perhaps? Would this maybe do enough damage? Oh, we have to switch places with Skornar. Oh, that sucks. All right, Garrick. I have a plan. We're gonna boost Garrick's actions per turn. I should have done this from the get-go. Crit for 2 is sad. We're gonna wait, and we're gonna boost Garrick's actions per turn to 2, so he can fire and reload in the same combat. Here we go. Boost him up. Throw fireballs at this guy. I don't think the runes were actually doing anything, so... Bleed him at least, I think. So reload, and then he can shoot next round. Harvik's on his knees. That didn't work? Maybe I've goofed the idea here. 6 damage is fantastic. We're slowly whittling him down. Maybe I should have boosted Krifta instead. She's actually like doing some like legitimate damage to this guy. Nadir is doing her best as well. Boost Krifta. Just yeah, keep pummeling these dudes that are already on their knees. That's fine. Good job, Krifta. I hope we don't have any more combat because that was a war of attrition. Oh no. With a deafening crushing noise, the last creature shatters on the floor. To your surprise, its light does not dissipate, but leaves behind the broken shell and floats into a cluster nearby. That formation, now luminous thanks to the new energy dancing in it, is colored differently towards the top. One crystal is dark green, the other is pure white, and the last one is a bright golden yellow. You become alarmed briefly as a voice begins to form in your mind. The light of the great spirits will reveal the true path. Looking around, you can see that you've reached a dead end, which is confirmed by your companions. Unless the crystals somehow reveal a hidden path? Let's try the yellow crystal. It is warm and your fingertips tingle gently from its touch. There's a loud crack and a part of a wall section opens organically, like clay being pulled apart, all on its own. Behind is a new corridor. I have to defeat more of them? There's another one! It's a red one! You guys, this is a horrible... Ah! We can't put anybody out here? We need you guys to tank damage. Well, poke him for 3. Krifta for 1, not great. Boost her actions per minute. 2 damage, I'll take it. Don't miss. Thank you. All right, Skornar's down. he did his duty, which was to give Krifta another action this turn. All right, we might make it out of here. Ren and managed to get 2 attacks off, which is astounding to me. Crit for 3, reload. Garrick cannot miss. I'm amazed that he keeps attacking the guy who's on the ground. If that works out for me, you know, great for me. 1 damage, kill him. Yes, that went way better. Only having to fight 1 enemy is pretty nice. The last echoes of the struggle against the crystal creature abate, and you can take a better look around. Apart from the sacrificial gifts, trinkets, jewelry, dried food, there seems to be nothing of interest here, unless you walk to the ledge above the endless fall into darkness and glance down. For a long while, only pitch blackness stares back at you, but then a light, dim at first, flares up in the unfathomable depth of the pit and moves. Its golden hues dance from one place to the next until you realize that the glow inhabits crystal formations far below you, ones that are colorless, until the yellow wisps leap into them. This movement continues like a convoluted dance, and at the same time, all the crystals up at the ledge begin to emit their own light. The normally quiet tinkling sound that they emit becomes louder and more pronounced until you perceive a pattern to them. They sigh music. Faint at first, but the rhythm is there, and then there is the sense of something arriving, some great consciousness suddenly becoming aware of your existence. You can feel a presence now, vast, timeless, immovable, and old, like the mountains themselves. It is deep, deep below you, in the bottomless pit at the root of the mountain. It speaks to you, yet you cannot make out words, only feelings. The simple joy of encountering something new, sadness for not being able to convey meaning, the recognition of a fellow wandering spirit, and finally a warmth that can only be likened to a parent's love for their progeny. Moments later, the vast unseen presence is gone, but the warmth remains for a long time to come. You stand there at the precipice for a while, unable to move or say anything, only pulled out of your reflections when a group of shamans appears. They tell you that you have completed the trial of Earth, break off a small crystal and fashion it into an effigy and hand it over to you. You ask them if it was the Earth spirit you encountered. It was the spirit of the oldest and greatest, one of the shamans replies, but whether or not it was the Earth spirit, we cannot say. It is unlikely that it would contact an outsider, although it has happened before. This place is a nexus for spirits, Wanderer, and many of them come here from time to time. Be glad that you are now blessed. Take the effigy to the council, who will recognize it as a symbol of your success. You escort your group to the surface, leaving you to contemplating what you have experienced in the grotto. It's time to talk to the Council of Shamans. Yes, we gained 3 insight. Harvick lost loyalty. God damn it, Harvick. Well, I think that was because he got knocked down. But still, get over yourself, man. Enter the confines of Atar's low walls while the Comitatus camps outside. We go to the cavern. Form of success. Once you present the crystalline effigy to the shamans, they stand up and start singing a lengthy song of initiation. Blessed rocks are passed around and you have to hold them a while the wet clay is smeared across your face and limbs. Even though it is odd and uncomfortable, nothing harmful happens. You are now blessed by the Earth Spirit, friend, the oldest of the shamans says, touching your forehead. But you can return to us from now on to be blessed again. We are honored to have an outsider such as yourself among the defenders of all that is holy. It is also our custom to share the boons of the earth with such allies as you from time to time. You can ask for the gift of earth every 6 days or so from now, every 6 days, when you are here in Atar. It seems that your efforts were not in vain. The gift has been prepared for you. Choose the minerals. We have so much food. Minerals it is. 1 jade. Hell yeah. Sweet. All right, that was great. A little bit of a longer episode, but if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more Vagrus, the Riven Realms, or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.